Make you famous, T.
Nah, I wouldn't be famous.
Same thing Brian said. Matter of fact, Brian was just in the last video.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is where all the magic happens.
It is.
It don't have to be pretty magic.
Nope.
It's magic, though. What year is this?
99.
Hey, Bones. Hey, stand next to your Virago. Let me get it.
No, absolutely
Come
not.
on, man.
I don't want to get caught
Come
on
on.
film being next to that.
Slide over there next to that Virago. There you go. There you go. This here's Harley Drifter. I'm back in East Tennessee, up near Gatlinburg, and I'm here with Possum. And Possum's going to be my first interview. I kind of wanted to do interviews like the guy from Soft White Underbelly, but this is going to be about bikers, working class people instead of drug addicts and prostitutes. So anyway, who are you, Possum?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yes.
All right, where are you from? Where are you born?
I was born in Virginia.
Yeah.
In the mountains of Virginia.
About how long ago?
63 years.
All right, so you're 63. How long you been riding motorcycles?
Since I was a little over 8 years old.
Yeah. So you get 55 years under your belt.
Yes.
And so, what was your childhood like?
Sneaking my brother's bike out, taking it off when he was gone to work.
Yeah. What's that story? Tell us about
Yeah.
that.
He'd go to work, I'd go to his house. He kept his bike in the basement. I roll it out, push it down the highway, crank it, take off on it. Ride it all day long, know about what time he was going to get home. So I was back, put his bike back in the basement, right where he had it parked at. But one day I was out there and it died on me. I had to get back up on the stand to crank it. What I did, I turned the bike over and broke the turn signal off of it. So then when he come in, I had to tell him that I broke the turn signal on his bike. But he didn't get mad. I told him, I said, well, I'll go buy you another one, you know. No big deal. He said, no problem. And he didn't fuss, get mad at me enough to take his bike out without asking him. That's where I first started riding.
So on a stolen motorcycle, basically.
Yeah, like a stolen motorcycle. Yeah, stolen motorcycle riding.
All right, and then how did everything progress?
Well, I got me a bike after that. And I started just riding on. I rode then on, been still riding.
What was your first bike?
My first bike was a Honda.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't keep it very long. Then my first Harley was a Iron Head Sportster. That was back in the early 70s.
So that's that one you rode from Virginia to Florida.
Yeah, I rode it
To
to
Daytona.
From Daytona, yes, from back.
But tell that story again.
Okay. Well, me and my first wife left Danville, Virginia on my Iron Head Sport. I tried to work 10 hours that day.
How'd you get that iron head though?
Oh, old girlfriend told me about it. She said her old man was going to lose his motorcycle. He put it in the shop to have work done on it and couldn't pay the bill. She said, you could pay the bill, you could have the motorcycle. She said, I got the title right here. So I got my first Harley for about like $760.
That old iron head.
It was old Iron Head Sporty.
So now you're on your way to Daytona on it.
Yeah, rode to Daytona. I could get about 90 miles and I had to stop and get gas because it had a little peanut gas tank on it. About 90 miles, about as far as I go without putting gas in it. So I got to get off and stretch every 90 miles.
So, and knowing you back then, that would probably 90 miles, probably be about every hour, a little under every hour.
Yes, pretty close to it, yes. I got off of it, got back on it, rode it some more.
So how many bikes do you think you've had in your lifetime?
1, 2, 3, 6.
6 of them?
Yes. That's 6.
You pretty much always had one at any given point.
Yeah. Most of the time I've always had a bike, yes. My daddy and mother they was bikers, they rode.
Oh yeah, there's a picture. What's that place called over here? That bar?
Oh, you talking about Barbarossa.
Barbarossa, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a picture of them
Yeah.
on their Harley back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Oh, they're at that bar.
And that was back in 1945. That picture was.
So you've basically been around bikes your whole life.
Yes. I've been riding bikes about my whole life. What started me off with a bike was I had a horse, and I didn't ride it one winter because it was real cold out. I didn't want to ride the horse, so didn't ride it. Then the horse got kind of on the mean side. Then I was made to ride it after that. So I had to ride that horse, deep bucking and carrying on, acting stupid. Well, I ended up selling that horse to a man for $250, saddle, bridle, the horse, and everything. So I took that $250 and bought my first bike with it. Well, it wasn't a Harley. It was a
Yeah, it
Honda.
was that Honda you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I finally got a Harley. I've had Harleys ever since.
Then now your son's continuing the tradition.
Oh yeah, he's got 4 now.
Yeah, he's, matter of fact, I bought mine from him.
Yes. I was one of his first Harleys right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of, I don't know how many I've seen him go through already though.
Oh yeah, he's went through quite a few.
Do you still have that 76 shovel head?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still got his shovel head. He's got 2 Road Kings. And he got a Sportster, but the Sportster belonged to my older brother, Larry. Where I used to steal his bike all the time and ride. It was that was his last bike, and he died. And so my son bought it from his nephew, because his nephew was just selling everything his daddy had. He bought this to have it. He talked about fixing it up one day.
So what rallies have you been to over your time?
Oh God, I've been to Myrtle Beach, Daytona, Cherokee. That's about all the bike rides I've been to. Them 3.
Yeah, just those 3.
Yes. I've
Pretty
been to
much.
them quite a few times though.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I remember we talked about trying to both of us go to Sturgis this year.
Yes.
That didn't work out.
Maybe it will next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
do
always
my
want to
best
just go
to-
ahead and plan on going.
Yes.
Because, I mean, Camp 5,
Yes.
free. Oh, they have these memberships, like especially out of, I don't know about Sturgis. They have one there, but
Yes.
I don't know how much it is. But in Deadwood, it's $15 for a whole month. You go and take showers as much as you want.
Oh, really?
They've got indoor swimming pools, jacuzzis, saunas, weight room, whatever you want.
Wow, that's cool.
It's all indoor track.
Yes.
So I've never seen you running with a pair of tennis shoes, so I don't
No.
suspect you'll use that.
No, I won't be no tennis shoes.
But for $15 a month,
Yes.
and it's only, it's halfway. Camp 5's halfway in between Sturgis and Deadwood.
Oh, wow, that's
So
cool. Yes.
you're looking at about 5 or 6 miles
Yes.
to get to Deadwood, I think, somewhere around there.
Yes. I've
And
always wanted to go. There's always something come up every year to make me not be able to make it.
Yeah, you gotta just do it like I
Yeah,
did.
that's what I got to do. I just got to buckle down and do it.
I mean, I didn't even have the money to do it, and I did it. I
Yes.
just took off.
Yes.
But So what do you think about the bike culture now as to what it used to be like when you were young?
It's a lot different.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. It ain't nothing like it used to be.
How it used to be that you remember?
Well, it used to be cops really messed with you a lot because you was a biker.
And now half the bikers are cops.
Yeah, half the bikes are cops now. And me, a cop on the road now, he just throws his hand up at you, keep going, you don't get messed with like you used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cops used to mess with you. What else was that old culture like?
Mm. Well, the cops used to mess with me a whole lot back when I was younger. That's been quite a few years ago. But like now, like I say, I don't only have a cop to even stop me no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just went through 10 states in a
Yeah,
couple of months, and
nothing.
not one didn't talk to a cop.
That's it, exactly.
So,
You used to go in places back in the 70s and stuff, and you look in your mirror, you have a cop on your tail riding behind you all the way through town, like you getting ready to kill somebody or something. It ain't like that no more. I'm glad too.
when did it really start to change, you think?
Uh, the early 90s, I would say, it really started changing a lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically about 10 years after Harley started marketing to all the rubs,
Yes,
and they started really actually piling on
yes,
the dog pile and getting their Harleys, and yeah.
yes. Now when you meet a Harley, you don't know who's riding it because you don't know if it could be a lawyer, it could be a judge, it could be a
Could be an
doctor.
outlaw.
Yeah, it could be an outlaw. You don't know. Because, things has really changed over the years. Really changed. My mother and father rode. My older brother rode. I rode. My son rides. Now my brother's son rides. My brother's daughter rides. She got her own bike. She rides. So yeah, the generation keeps going. I mean, it don't stop. And I hope to see my grandkids grow up and have bikes and ride.
Yeah, myself, I didn't start riding like I do now until after I met you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd never taken off or, lived on it. The only thing I have now in this world is
Yeah.
that I'm living off the bike.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Um, and it's worth it. At least for right now, it is.
Oh, yeah, it
I
is.
might change my mind later, but
Yes.
you ever? What's the longest you stayed on your bike out on the road?
About 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months I rode. And it's every day and slept somewhere, Slept in people's yards. Slept wherever I could, where I could find a place to lay down and sleep. That's where I stayed at.
Now you haven't been out lately and done any
No.
outlaw camping.
No, I sure ain't.
So I was wondering what if it was easier to find a spot to lay your head down 50, 60 years ago
Yes.
than it is now.
Yes.
I would suspect it probably would have been.
Yes. It was a whole lot easier back then. Yes.
There wasn't so many fences back then, I guess.
Yes.
What's the
Uh,
craziest place you ever slept?
Out in a field with cows on the side of the highway. Pulled over top, climbed the fence in my sleeping bag, and lay down and went to sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, there was a whole circle of cows all around me just looking at me. Like, what are you doing here?
Where's that at?
That was in uh, South Carolina.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. I'm gonna ask it, but if you want it to not be talked about, well, I'll edit the whole question out. Nobody will ever know.
Okay.
Um, you feel like talking about your moonshining days?
Oh yeah.
All
I'll
right.
talk about it.
So, tell us about your moonshining days.
Well, my daddy was a moonshiner, my grandfather was a moonshiner, all my great uncles was moonshiners. So it's just
You
kind of
come
like,
from a long
yeah,
line of
I
moonshiners.
come from a long line of moonshiners. So yeah, I made moonshine and got by with it for a long time. Made a lot of moonshine. But they finally caught me back in the 90s and they carried me to jail. They said, "This is your first time?" I said, "Yeah, it's the first time I've been caught." He said, "Well, okay, well, this is a misdemeanor charge." I said, "Well, that's good." I was thinking when I got to jail, I just bond myself out, go on. Oh, no, my bond was $50,000. I didn't get the bond out. I got to go to jail. And I stayed there to court day. It was like 45 days later. But finally got me in court. And they charged me with making liquor, and they charged me with unpaid taxes of $17,000 I had to pay in unpaid taxes on moonshine. And that kind of retired me from making moonshine.
Yeah. Pulled your jets on that one.
Yeah, they kind of pulled the jets on that and said, "No, you ain't gonna be doing this."
So, how much did they catch you with?
Oh, a little over 200 cases. Yes. Yeah, I was kind of going at it in kind of a big way. I was making lots of money, but it cost me lots of money.
Yeah. So where was this at?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yes.
So you pretty much been in. You lived in Virginia,
Yes.
North Carolina, and Tennessee,
And South Carolina.
and South Carolina.
Yes. And I lived about 6 months in Florida years ago.
What you think of that?
I like Daytona real well. Put that way. But the rest of it, no, I can leave. But now Florida's okay. It's a good place to go visit.
Is that where you lived down in Daytona when you were there?
No, I was living in Winter Haven. I was doing sheetrock work back in Winter Haven. That's been a long time ago. That was back in the early 80s. It seemed like it was 110 degrees every day. Very warm.
Yeah.
To be out there toting sheetrock and hanging sheetrock.
I've never been a fan of sheetrock myself.
No, I got all the sheetrock I wanted right then.
Yeah. So you were 63, so you were born in 1960 then.
59?
59.
Yes. Yeah, I'll be turning 64 in a couple months.
Mm. And what else? What else you think?
What else I think?
Yeah. What other big happenings besides being a moonshiner and a lifelong biker happened in your life?
Trying to think. Not a whole lot. I was either making liquor or riding my motorcycle.
Or both?
Oh, both. Yes. They kind of retarded me
Yeah.
making liquor.
Hey, you know what I forgot to do?
What?
When I sold that F-250 of mine,
Yes.
remember that old copper ring that we cut off one of your old stills?
Oh, yes.
I forgot to get that off the battery post.
Oh, wow, I hear you, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's gone. Somebody don't even know what it is.
Oh, I bet you don't. Yes. Yep. It's been a while since I made any liquor. Only thing I want to do now is just ride, enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy, um, Whip. I met him out at Camp 5.
Uh-huh.
He's 79.
Oh, wow.
He's out there on his bike. Now, there's another guy named Bones. He was 80 or 81.
Wow.
And he brought his truck this year,
Yes.
but they say he usually brings his bike. But I'm glad he brought his truck because even though I didn't get to enjoy it,
Yes.
I was working and sleeping.
Yes.
He had a big kitchen thing set up, and he'd make everybody breakfast sometimes.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, he had coffee every morning.
Yes.
So some of the older guys, they still come out there and take care of the younger guys.
Yeah,
And
that's
sometimes
cool.
they bring their bikes, sometimes they don't. But you just got to go do it. Just
Oh, yes.
go ride.
That's it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. What are you riding now? A 97
Yeah, it's Fat
Boy?
Yes.
What kind of mileage you got on that bike?
About 60,000.
That's pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Got a lot more. You got at least another 140,000 left.
Yes.
Or you need to start thinking about getting rid of it.
Oh, yes. It's
That's
been a
an
real
Evo.
good bike.
Hell, by the time you get that much on it, little Johnny will have so many Road Kings, so you can just go pick one.
Oh, yeah, he's already talking about leaving his old 12 down here for me to ride now.
So you ever been married?
Huh?
You ever been married?
Me?
Yeah.
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
And since I don't know your wives, I suspect it didn't work out for you.
No, it didn't work out. Marriage and me didn't get along. We didn't get along. Because I wanted to ride and go places. And my wife was looking for someone to stay home, work, take care of stuff. And I wanted to get out and ride and have fun.
So, how old were you when you got your first Harley?
17.
17. So that's putting you around. That's in the mid 70s.
Yeah, mid-70s.
That was in the mid 70s. That's when I first started. You know, I had mini bikes and little
Yes.
Honda 50s, but I started actually being around bikers,
Yes.
real bikers, and at the clubhouse and seeing things. And
Oh, yes.
there was a different crowd back then
Oh,
than
yes.
you see nowadays.
Yes.
So, were you around any of the old school
Oh, yes.
guys? Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was kind of brought up around them. Party with them and everything else. Had fun. Yep. Yeah, my son's trying to follow in my footprints. That's a good thing. At least my youngest one is anyway.
Your oldest one is he works for that company somewhere.
Yes, he's, well, we can call it a medical engineer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a real good job. Wife, kids.
I can always edit that out.
Yes.
Now, little Johnny, he wasn't really into the bike scene until he got back from the war.
Yes.
And he came back from Afghanistan, and
Yes.
he was just like, everything changed for him.
Yes. Yes. He finally got to get with me. Finally got to be around me and learn me, because his mother kept him away from me the whole time.
Yeah, I think, how long was it? It was like about a year or two that you had met him for the first time.
Yes.
When I met him.
Yes.
You guys came by Steve's that one day.
Yes. and I let him ride my bike and stuff. Kind of enjoyed that quite a bit, so he had to go get him one.
Yeah. Now he's what, going to Harley school?
Yeah, now he's in Harley school in Florida. Got about, say, about 6 more months out there. He'll be finished. Now he's got 4 Harleys, so he's doing pretty good. He got more Harleys than the old man does.
Mhm.
I used to have more than one bike myself. And I used to go out there and raise the garage door open and look and sit down. Which one of these bikes I want to ride today? Hard sometimes to make your mind which one you want to go on. Too many to choose from. I'm just down to one right now.
Well, you've had that one ever since
Oh God,
I've known you.
I've had it. I bought that bike. It only had 6,000 miles on it when I got it. Now it's got over 60,000 on it.
How many wrecks you had?
How many wrecks? Bad wrecks, 2. Well, I got hurt.
Is that one when you were in the wheelchair?
Yes.
Your leg counting as one of them?
Yeah, I was one of them. And I had one in Virginia. Somebody in front of me in the passing lane, we was passing cars, and the person decided to slam on brakes and stop. But you can't slam on brakes on a bike and just stop. They don't do that. So I hit the back end of them, broke my leg. But the bike was still rideable.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How many accessories you got now? Pins, rods.
Oh God. 1, 2, 3. I think 4.
That's not too bad for 51 years of riding.
No, not too bad. And most of them come after 2 wrecks.
I remember that one right down here. I thought you were never going to get out of that wheelchair.
Yes, I didn't either.
You were for over a year, I think. You
Yes, it was
were
over
going through all that.
Yes, quite a few different operations and everything.
All over that guy if he would just let you turn left.
Yes, I think he might have had just a little bit too much to drink. Kind of like wanting to drive on all the roads.
Yeah, well, these roads up in this area, they're really only one lane anyway for the most part.
Yes.
I'm surprised more wrecks haven't happened out at Rocky Flat.
Oh, I know it. Yes. Yes.
You rode that road a lot.
Yeah. I got run out of road down Rocky Flat.
Yeah, what happened?
I was going down Rocky Flat, and a great big tanker truck was coming up through there right in the middle of the road. I had nowhere to go, so I had to go over the bank.
What part is this? What part of Rocky Flat?
About middle ways down Rocky Flat.
Okay. Down by that church?
No, it was before you get to church. Yeah, it was the hill went down like that, lots of rocks, and a field.
Oh, there's a sharp curve. There's a house sitting off on that sharp curve.
Yes.
I don't. It could be anywhere though.
Yes.
Rocky Flats is.
Yes. Well, anyway, I got run out of the road down there. Didn't hurt me. Didn't really hurt the bike. And a woman seen it happen, so she come running down there to see if I was okay. I said, yeah, I'm fine. And she told me I could ride my bike up through her yard and back onto the road. So, and the guy in the truck didn't even slow down, didn't stop, didn't find if I was okay or anything.
He's getting the hell out of
He
there.
was just getting the hell out of there.
Let me ask you this question. When I first got this motorcycle, you know, I'm not a big chrome guy,
Yes.
but it just happened to have a lot of chrome on it. So I found myself out there polishing it.
Oh, yes.
taking care of it.
Oh yes.
Now I've got a big dent in the tank. I haven't polished this thing in almost a year. There's a mirror missing. One of my grip ends are gone.
Yes.
When you were younger and you first got your Harley, were you all about?
Oh God, yes.
How long did that take you to get over that?
Didn't take me long at all. No. No, it didn't take me long at all. Figure out that I don't want to say shine this bike up all the time. I want to ride.
Yeah, Scooter Tramp Scotty.
Yeah.
His bike, it's got tape on it.
Yeah.
Screws holding things together. I'm sure zip ties.
Yes.
Gum somewhere.
Yes.
He's got things strapped to it.
Oh yeah.
It's a bike. It gets in places.
Yes, it is.
It runs. It does the same exact thing
Yes.
as those bikes that those people pull in on their trailers. You know, the ones that haven't ever seen. And no, a bug has never hit that bike at faster than 5 miles an hour.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, once I realized that this bike is going to be my tool to
Yes.
get me around the country
Oh
and
yes.
see, that's it. It's a work bike now.
Yes.
I don't care how much chrome it has on it. It's a work bike.
Yes.
And I noticed that's the question I wanted to ask you is a lot of these people that are serious about riding.
Yes.
I mean, they're going to put some miles down.
Mm-hmm.
They get over that. It's got to be polished and cleaned and wiped down real quick.
Yes.